Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to today or tonight in Bitcoin. Today is October 23rd, 2017, or at least it still is on the East Coast of the United States, where I am not right now. I'm in Tel Aviv. Strong hand, people. Gold and hold. Long-term thinking 2020. Hold, and you'll get yourself some Bgold. I guess that's the latest news. All right, this is not the one Bitcoin show. We have a lot of topics to cover because of all the interviews that I've been doing lately. There have been some current events that I haven't brought up, so now it's time to review everything that I have on my notepad, or a lot of the stuff that I have on my notepad. First off, speaking of the interviews, check out yesterday's interview with Simon Dixon. It's linked to below. Always check out the link section below, people. I link to everything that I talk about here, and it takes me a while to create that section. So I'd love if you guys, I'm not doing it for the heck of it. I'm doing it for your informational purposes. I know not everyone checks it out, but you can learn a lot if you check out the links below. Anyway, the Simon interview, Simon Dixon, it was a wonderful interview. The Bgold interview I did recently, the This Week in Bitcoin that Andy Hoffman, Ty Zen, Daniel from Israel, that's all linked to below. And also tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be back on the air. It's a very interesting interview I'm doing, different than anything I've done before. It's with a guy who's creating a crypto dividend, but it's based around a business of his. I found this guy. So, and it overlaps with some topics that I've covered recently. So it's going to generate some reactionary comments from people, but hey, say what you will, it will be interesting. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. That's 9 p.m. in Tel Aviv, 7 p.m. in London. All right. So let's all remember that, earlier this year, Bitcoin dominance on that dominance chart on the CoinMarketCap page, when it was at 85%, okay, when taking into account total market cap of all of the cryptocurrencies out there. Bitcoin was over 85%, and it dropped. Everyone was going crazy when it dropped below 50%. And they said Ethereum was going to overtake it. Yeah, we're not going to. The reason I bring this up is because I'm just thrown off there a second. I hear stuff outside. It's always exciting here in Israel what you can hear outside sometimes. but if you add up Bgold, Bcash, 2x, and Bitcoin, it's going to approach a very high dominance again. And we shouldn't be shocked at all. We shouldn't be shocked that the altcoins are going to be flowing back into things that start with the Bitcoin name, because Bitcoin is the dominant cryptocurrency. Now, I'm not saying that Bcash is Bitcoin. None of those coins, Bgold, Bcash, 2x, whatever, all of these friendly fork crypto dividends of Bitcoin, they are all altcoins, all right? All right, but we're establishing a new tier of altcoins here, and that is the crypto dividends of Bitcoin tier of altcoins. And then below that, we're going to have the elite tier of altcoins. And you can say whatever's elite. People are going to say Litecoin is part of the elite tier, Ethereum. You know what is going to make an altcoin elite? If it has its own crypto dividends. If people start forking off of that, okay, that's going to make them seem much more legitimate and put them into their own class. So it's not shocking that, we had all this money flow into altcoins when King of the Trolls and everyone was talking down Bitcoin. But now that Bitcoin is seen as so strong that it can have these friendly forks or unfriendly forks, crypto dividends, and be stronger than ever, its dominance alone has gone up. But when you combine the dominance of all the things named Bitcoin forked off of it, it makes sense. The altcoin money is flowing back into these top tier. So, and don't be surprised when some of these Bitcoin dividends, crypto dividends, have their own crypto dividends. Bitcoin has its own grandchildren. And I mentioned this stuff back in August, and it's linked to below. When I came up with the term crypto dividend, I mean, I was the first one talking about the crypto dividends. I was the first one talking about Bgold. And I said that the crypto dividends will one day have crypto dividends. And again, there's still people out there probably saying, oh, I don't like these forks. I don't like this free money. Again, if you don't like it, send me your Bgold, send me your Bcash. I'll gladly take it off your hands. So, and then I will, of course, sell that for, I mean, I don't know how anyone can not want free coins that you can turn into Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin is like $6,000, people. If you can get a piece of it, it's pretty awesome. All right, pound that like button, people. So yeah, altcoins are. So people are wondering, is Bitcoin going to be hurt by these crypto dividends? No, the altcoins, all those lousy altcoins that got pumped up. And I'm not talking about the top tier ones. Again, there are few that are top tier. There's so few. I'm talking about all the dumb money that went into the ICOs, that went into these altcoins, that made the Bitcoin dominance go down. It's going to come back into all these, because people are like, who's going to buy Bgold? Who's going to buy Bcash? Who's going to buy 2X? Well, the same people who just wildly bought those altcoins and stuff. I mean, again, there's not a lot of logic behind a lot of people's decision, 80% of the people's decision in the space. We all know that. I try to preach logic here. I try to just get people to get more Bitcoin. And what I'm talking about here is I'm just explaining what's going on. I'm not telling you to join in all this irrational stuff. I'm telling you, if you get free coins, turn it into Bitcoin and don't complain. All right, so I'd like to say that Andy Hoffman on his CryptoGoldCentral.com blog, that is CryptoGoldCentral.com, and Andy was on the This Week in Bitcoin show. He reviewed the This Week in Bitcoin show on his blog. You can get a free membership, trial membership at his blog, CryptoGoldCentral.com. Check it out. It's linked to below. Yet, something I noticed here in Israel, which is, I actually noticed, I've known this for a while, but when you see it, it's crazy. When you're used to growing up in the United States or Europe, Sunday is a work day in Israel. Everybody works. The traffic is back on the streets again. And I mean, they get a leg up on everyone. They start their business week before everyone else does. So good for them, and and I visited the Tel Aviv Bitcoin embassy. I'm going to talk about that in a second. I also, obviously, also in Israel, when Shabbat starts on Friday night, everything, I mean, and this is a very secular country, yet everything slows down on Friday night. And then on Saturday, everything is so dead. There's so few cars. And again, it's a very secular country, but on the Sabbath, everyone is just chilling with their family and stuff. It's really interesting. And something I just wanted to share with everyone. So transparency, and going back to the cryptocurrency world. Israel is a very technologically advanced place, and they're doing great with the cryptocurrency stuff. We're going to talk about that in a second. But in terms of transparency and cryptocurrency, I think that's the key here, people. People keep mentioning different aspects of Bgold, like, oh, I don't like that aspect, I don't like this aspect, or other aspects of other coins too. As long as these coins are transparent, as long as they put it all out there, whether it be a pre-mine or some other innovation or whatever you want to call it, if they're totally transparent, then you know everything and you have no excuse. I mean, you can buy it or you can't buy it. You can get it for free. You can sell it. You can whatever. But and then you can, I mean, you can complain about it, but at least they're putting it out there, people. So transparency should be what everyone cares about first when they're looking at anything from Bitcoin to a crypto dividend or an altcoin. Just if they're hiding something, that's bad. That's real bad. All right, so just always go back to transparency is what I'm saying. It's a key word you should remember. So when I was at the Tel Aviv Bitcoin Embassy, and they're great guys there. Thank you, everyone there. And great guys and girls. This time there were more women than last time because just more people. There were more people this time. More and more people are getting into Bitcoin because they're hearing about it. It's great. You know, it was nice to see more women there. I mean, I'm not going at it. I just want anyone who's interested in Bitcoin to be. I don't care what sex or color or religion you are, but there were more women. And actually, in my overall numbers on YouTube, there are more women watching this now. It's not 5% anymore. It's like 7%. So great. But when I was at the Tel Aviv embassy, Bitcoin embassy, you know, people are excited, and a few people, hello, they watched the show, say hi guys, and they were very nice, so kind, so kind. And Daniel was there, who was on the show, the This Week in Bitcoin show that all of you should watch. It's linked to below. He was there, and there was a Japanese man there, a man who travels around goes to different Bitcoin events all over the world, and he started talking about Bcash to me. This man knows King of the Trolls personally, and he might know him real well. I'm gonna have to look into this guy, and I wish I remember the Japanese guy's name. I can find it out. He's an old school Bitcoiner apparently in Japan, but he says he's in Asia and Japan. It's a little bit different the way they think of Bcash. And that he keeps on buying Bcash, this guy. And there were a few Israelis that talked about Bcash, and due to different problems that they've had, some of the guys at the embassy, they had to deal with some small transactions for various reasons. They had interest in Bcash. So in our little bubble on the internet, I guess the English-speaking, North American-based, and European to an extent based YouTube community that uses Twitter, Bcash is like persona non grata. I mean, Bcash is Satan. I mean, it's amazing the dislike for Bcash. And again, I'm not a fan of Bcash, but what I'm witnessing, I mean, and again, there's a guy in Australia who's a big Bcash fan that I'm talking to, I wanted him to come on the show to talk about some things. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to see that the Bcash is thought of in a different way. And we'll see how so what I'm trying to say is that there are a lot of big talkers in our space. And we got to be careful not to talk too big and make too bigger claims like Bcash is dead. It's not dead. I mean, I'm not a fan. It's not dead, and people. It's again, they're going to take advantage of this. The two nonsense that comes up on November 19th. I mean, this Bcash thing's going to pump, and I'm not telling people to buy it either. But I'm just saying this story isn't over yet, and King of the Trolls has a lot of money, man. He's a billionaire. Come on, how can it be over if the guy, one of the main guys behind it's a billionaire? And then Rocket Man Wu might be a billionaire too, for all we know. So how can you say it's dead? I mean, it's something that we're going to have to deal with. It's going to be in that top. That's why there's going to be this top tier of Bitcoin altcoins up there for a while for things like this. I mean, we're coming into something very interesting in 2018 with these friendly forks, unfriendly forks, crypto dividends. All right, so pound that like button, people. There's a lot of you watching at this weird hour. And someone just, hang on, I got to see, someone just sent Boris. Boris is a really kind guy. He's, I guess in Australia, he always sends me $5 in the super chat. And if you guys want me to answer a question, I cannot see the chat. I only see the colors jump up. If you want me to answer a question, do a super chat. I'll answer your question. Okay, what else is going on? Okay, I talked about the embassy. All right, so all of these organizations, as we approach the Bgold hard fork, and again, they're going to hard fork on the 25th. you're not going to be able to get your Bgold until like November the 1st, probably. So, I mean, be patient, people. Don't do anything silly. Don't get into any scams here. But everyone's making their statements now. You know, Bitfinex, Bittrex, and I linked to some of them below. Trezor. But some people are saying that they're going to support Bgold once they publish their replay protection, because apparently the replay protection is not out there yet. Even though they're doing replay protection, it's not out there yet for these exchanges or whatever to be fully confident with, okay? They're doing it. But the point of me bringing this up is that these organizations refuse. They're like, if they're not going to do replay protection, we don't want anything to do with them. Well, you know what? I agree. If they're not going to do replay protection, you shouldn't want anything to do with them. That means when 2x, when Bitcoin comes out on November 19th, that all of these organizations that said they want nothing to do with a coin that doesn't have replay protection will stay with what they said and do the same thing for 2x. And thus, I said at the Tel Aviv embassy last night, you have nothing to worry about with 2x, people, okay? You have nothing to worry about. Either they're going to be forced to do it, or everyone to do the replay protection, or every organization worth a lick of anything is just going to ignore them, and you're not going to be able to get your 2x anyway. So we'll see what happens there. But just remember, they said so thank you, Bgold, for coming out and neutering 2x, like I said you would. All right, because this is not helping 2x, and we've discussed this on other shows. So yeah, Bitrex, I linked to their statement. Bgold came out with an update to their roadmap. It explains the pre-mine. I linked to it below. So if you have any questions, just go to the link below, read it, use your reading comprehension that you supposedly have. I hope you have, and you'll get your questions answered with the new roadmap PDF that Bgold has released. And notice, everyone, you know, I think a lot of people are like, Adam just too into this Bgold thing because he broke the story. Do you notice that I don't call it by its name? Because its name really isn't Bgold. I refuse to call anything Bitcoin but Bitcoin. There's only one Bitcoin, and then you got this new, unique way of forming altcoins through crypto dividends. And I think I've made myself pretty clear with that in the past, but again, they're just people who have no listening comprehension skills at all, who, I mean, or maybe they're just trolls. But so I hope it's clear now for those of you with the questionable IQs. All right, so what do we have here? All right. Oh yeah, altcoin.io. Altcoin.io. Atomic swap wallet coming soon. Trade cryptocurrency securely without a centralized exchange, which have lost billions in user funds. Altcoin.io. So I saw that tweet. I thought that was very interesting. I don't know this company at all, but if they can do these, atomics, I mean, this would be revolutionary. And again, they talk about centralized exchanges. Never keep your coins there, people. I don't care if you want, you know, be patient. Don't do anything foolish with these forks. This is the time these exchanges are going to be targeted more than ever, when they know people are going to be sending their Bitcoin there to try to get the crypto dividends before anybody else gets them. So this is the worst time to have your coins on an exchange. All right, don't trust a third party with your coins. Get a Trezor, get whatever, store your Bitcoin there. That's what everyone should be doing. That's what cryptocurrency is about, getting rid of third parties. All right, I link to the Konami statement. Also, it says collecting your free Bgold coins with Konami, whatever they're called. I also link, and it seems like they've got a good way of collecting your free Bgold if you trust them. If you trust Konami, I don't have Konami. I don't use them. I don't have a phone. I linked to the Bgold correction. They said false statements by Coinbase require a public retraction. So remember, I made that Coinbase video. They didn't take too kindly to what Coinbase said about them, and they requested a retraction. Very interesting. I also linked to another Andy Hoffman article at his cryptogoldcentral.com about the Coinbase issue. So again, it's bitembassy.org is the Tel Aviv the Bitcoin embassy. All right, and it's interesting how all the publications in our space that lean toward corporatism, they like to focus on the negative. I mean, they like to scare people about 2x, and they're not talking about friendly fork like Bgold, and how I mean maybe they think that some of these might have financial stakes in 2x, and they think Bgold is going to hurt 2x. I don't know. I mean, if you go over social media, this Bgold, that's all you hear about is this Bgold. I mean, it's impressive. All right, so a little bit of update to my own schedule. I'm going to South Korea, people. November 29th to December 6th. I'm going to be in Busan most of the time, but I am coming up to Seoul also. So I want to see firsthand what's going on with cryptocurrency in South Korea. So if you're in South Korea, if you're in Busan, especially, but if you're in Seoul, maybe we'll meet up, because I'm going to meet up with my legendary guy who sends me the South Korea information. I'm going to meet him personally. That will be awesome. So there is an Israeli group on Facebook called the Israel Women of Bitcoin. I linked to that Facebook group below. I mean, it's fascinating that, and they have 155 members of the Israel Bitcoin Women group on Facebook. I would assume they're all women and from Israel. I mean, that's pretty unique there. So they're into it here. They're into it here. Again, all the stuff that I've been talking about, I linked to the Trezor statement about Bgold. And again, these statements vary. They're kind of like, your Bgold will be safe. We will only support it once they do the replay protection. So that's basically what a lot of these statements are saying. You got to click on them yourself. I mean, it's great that all of these organizations are making statements about Bgold. It just requires them to make sure that everything will be great once Bgold makes it very clear, puts out that replay protection, okay? So this is you're going to be able to get your Bgold if you control your private key, people. So control your private key. But again, all these links that I linked to below, you'd already know this by now if you followed me on Twitter at TechBalt, TechBalt, TechBalt. Follow me there. Okay, and if any of you, a lot of people have been contacting me about crypto dividends, how to get their crypto dividends, what to do with their crypto dividends. I can consult anyone on that. We can schedule a time. Adam@trezorhelp.com. I do crypto consultation. I do crypto dividend consultation. I can help you if you're down and out. If you're panicking too much because of cryptocurrency, I can help you set up your Trezor. Adam@trezorhelp.com. We can talk about anything. All right, and we'll talk about anyway. So the one final thing here is that well, first of all, I linked to below when I first started talking about Bgold in August. That's a good video. But also, it appears that it's going to take a while for people to extract their Bgold. There's going to be delays. So there is going to be a limited amount of Bgold on the market at first. I don't know. It's going to be probably from risk takers who are able to extract their Bgold from methods that I would not recommend, but either keeping their Bitcoin on an exchange before the fork. But so at first, there is going to be a very limited supply of Bgold out there. So make your own conclusions about what's going to be happening to the price at first. And then there'll be many people trying to dump it. So then what will happen to the price? So it should be interesting. The futures markets have it around the price of Bcash now, which is, I mean, it's unexpected. I mean, I didn't think it would be that high. Again, it's all bonus. It's all free for anyone who has Bitcoin. I mean, golden hope, people. This is the benefit of just thinking long-term, thinking about the 2020 halving. We're getting these crypto dividends by just sitting on our Bitcoin, getting 5%, 10%. I mean, it's mind-boggling. And again, I'm not telling you to buy this stuff. Let the 80% make us wealthier. That's all I have to say. I mean, people are just buying it, and whatever, they can do what they want to do, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and that's just hold my Bitcoin and get my crypto dividends and turn them into more Bitcoin. So, all right, yeah, Bitfinex will implement a chain split token for Bgold. A formal announcement will follow shortly. They might have already did that. All right, so flashback of the day. I have a link. Someone commented on this. That's why I discovered it. The title of this video that I made on March the 15th, 2016. That's the Ides of March. And it's actually when a relative of mine died many years ago. A blessed memory, that great relative of mine. But the title was 16-year-olds use Bitcoin as a store of value for future purchases instead of buying a car today. Wow, that was some advice back then. On March 15, 2016, I told 16-year-olds, don't try to buy a car now, buy Bitcoin. Imagine if a 16-year-old, he would have spent his like $4,000 on, instead of a cruddy used car, it would have bought 10 Bitcoin back then. Wow. That 16-year-old could buy like a Mercedes today, but they still shouldn't do that. They should wait till 2020 when they can buy a house. All right, I'm Adam Meister, maybe. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, this Rob Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, pound that like button, check out the notes section below. I will see all of you at 2 p.m. tomorrow with a very interesting interview right here, 2 p.m. Eastern time, talking about crypto dividends with a very interesting person. Bye, I'll see you in the chat.